The following dramatization is based on Melissa Muller's biography of Anne Frank and original research and interviews by Kirk Ellis. Some of the scenes in the film can also be found in Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, but the film does not use the words that Anne used in the diary to express her feelings. The following film contains realistic depictions of concentration camp life, including brief nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
I want to be a champion skater and a writer. I want my picture in all the magazines. Maybe I'll be a movie star. I want to be different from all the other girls. I want to be a modern woman. I want to travel. I want to study languages. Languages and history. I want to do everything. I want to... Leo Koopman. He thinks he's in love with me. He's always looking at you. And do you want to come over and play Monopoly tomorrow? Sana, you know my grandmother's coming to visit. I'm simply too busy. Why don't you ask Hannah? I'll be at show. So religious. Quickly. Quickly. Oh, sorry.
Saying you're a bad cook. Of course, I'm sure your husband loves the way your strawberry jam is.
Hello, Mr. Clement.
Hello, Anne.
Meet where's father?
Wait a minute. He's in the storeroom with Mr. Kugler and Mr. Van Pels.
Thank you, Meep. May I say how nice you look today?
The problem is you're using too much sugar.
Too much nutmeg? Not enough coriander? Black pepper with, is that ginger?
No. Close.
Him.
Your mother telephoned. She was quite worried. You should have gone straight home.
What are you doing?
Mr. Kugler is trying out some new recipes.
Your mixing still needs work, but you may have something.
That's high praise indeed, Mr. Kugler. As you know, Mr. Van Pels has an infallible nose.
Anne, a joke for you. What is black and white and red all over?
What?
A newspaper. You know, red, huh?
What a lovely book. Thank you, Grandma. Is it exciting coming all the way from Germany by yourself? Tell me everything.
You see, she's still as curious as ever.
Let me see your book. Let me see.
Wait, Grandma has another surprise.
And here's your present, Anne.
A fountain pen. Look, Margot. It's beautiful. I treasure it always. Thank you, Grandma. I'm so glad you came to visit.
Grandma will be living with us from now on. Girls, would you like that?
Oh, yes. Very much.
Anne, why don't you try out your new fountain pen?
Yes. Yes, immediately. Excuse me.
Don't be too long. The Goslers are expecting us. Make sure she gets ready.
Let her have her fun, Edith.
You spoil her terribly, Otto. She should have come straight home.
Oh, I'm starving.
And please mind your manners, Anne.
I know. Like Margot.
I thought you liked the Goslers.
Of course I do. I just wish Hannelly's family wasn't so religious. I'd rather be at the movies.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון. הנחיל לנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
אמן.
Hitler's only a fever, Hans. Germany will recover, mark my words.
What's to keep that madman from annexing Holland and liberating his Germanic brothers?
The Dutch are different.
Sometimes that's what I think. You have too much faith in people.
Poor mother, she's used to better.
God willing, Edith. One day we'll all go home. Till then, we get by. Be thankful you've got central heating.
Are you happy with those, Mrs. Gosler?
Oh, that's very kind of you. Such a sweet girl. You're lucky. Hannah's got 2 left hands.
Sometimes I miss a full-time servant, but...
We don't have the money to pay servants.
the Dutch ones are hopeless anyway. Simply cannot be relied on.
Mother, Anne says you shouldn't call them servants. Say maid.
God knows everything, but Anne knows everything better.
You like to spoil yourself. You like it even better when other people spoil you.
Does that make me a bad person?
Good people and bad people have one thing in common. They both make mistakes. Only good people can admit their mistakes and learn from them.
Tell me about the Paulers.
That's a story for children, not a little woman like you.
No. I want to hear it.
The Paulers live here with us. You can't see them. But sometimes, if you keep absolutely still and really listen, you can tell where they're hiding. But beware, because you never know which Paula you might find. Good Paula, or bad Paula who's always causing trouble.
I don't mean to be bad, Paula. But sometimes she just escapes.
Doesn't matter. As long as you always keep good Paula in your heart.
Daddy, couldn't they be the same person? Good Paula and bad Paula.
Why? Yes. I suppose that's possible.
Maybe good Paula's afraid of what people may think of her. And that's why she's bad sometimes. At least that's what I think. And you always told me I should think for myself.
So I did.
Papers say Hitler has his eye on Poland now. Holland will stay neutral, whatever happens. Still, all this Nazi talk, bad for business.
I've fewer patients now, but no matter. There will always be Jewish cavities to be filled. Say ah.
Ah.
Ah, 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 ah.
Mr. Pfeffer, not until we're married.
Wait! It's not fair! You're cheating!
Anne, come out of the water! Ought to say something.
Anne, do as your mother says.
You know it's not good for you to go swimming. Here, dry yourself off.
You never let me have any fun.
I don't want you getting sick. You know how frail you are.
Were we ever like that, Edith?
No, Otto. We were never like that.
Hey, you took my strawberry.
Look at my two little movie stars.
Would you like anything else?
Why was I not invited to this party?
It's Mr. Gosler. Look, it's your dad.
You see? And you told me he'd never come to Holland. Happy birthday, Anne.
We must have a picture. A picture, yes,
For a
Daddy,
picture? Adolf is your birthday present. The girls and Uncle Adolf. Hannah, point at your dad. Everyone point at Uncle Adolf. Very good.
Die Schuld unseres Volkes ist gelöscht!
Germany invades Poland and the Free State of Danzig, ending the efforts and hopes of diplomats for peaceful settlement. The roar of gunfire replaces the talk of statesmen, and the curtain of war falls over Europe. Warsaw is bombed, blasted and shelled. Poland is in ruins.
The swastika! Now's it clear!
Great Britain and France respond with a declaration of war on Germany. Huge French guns move to the front in its army to the great man-made Maginot Line, the nation's first bulwark of defense.
Wasn't Mama Shira beautiful? Much too pretty to lose her head. I didn't like the king very much, though. Tyrone Power was much more handsome. Just like the boy I'm going to marry.
You've already chosen.
Oh, no. Too many admirers.
Just like poor Marie Antoinette.
The war won't come here, will it, Daddy?
No.
I don't think I'd like that very much.
Oh, and the British will see to her Hitler.
Violating repeated proclamation of Holland's neutrality in the current conflict, German troops are said to be massing on the Dutch border. Being Wilhelmina returned to the main army, while there have been no official declaration of war.
What is it? Anne!
What do you think you're doing?
I ask you, Mr. Gies, what good is the Dutch army in the face of a blitzkrieg? They'll be riding to the front on bicycles.
I wish I could disagree with you, but I'm afraid I can't.
Curly, all this talk of an invasion is nonsense. Why haven't they? What's stopping them?
Mind you stay out of it. I'll do the thinking, if you please.
Mr. Frank listens to his wife. You see what he's like, knows all the answers.
Beware of marriage, Mr. Gies. In my experience, its merits are greatly overrated.
Hear, hear.
My sister begs me to send the children to London to live with her.
And will you?
How can I keep them safe there? No, it's better if we stay together. Hope for the best.
Ah, here's a joke for you.
We've heard it.
5 days was all it took. Now people are throwing themselves out of windows.
Where does panic get us, Hans? We learn to adapt. We adapted in Germany.
I wanted my baby to be born in a different world. Not like the one we left. It's Frankfurt all over again. No. I mustn't let myself think that. Not now.
A friend who was on yesterday.
Zeit.
Sehr gut.
Next. Come on, keep moving. Next in line.
What's going on, Pim? Why do we have to be here?
It's just a formality, like a census, you know, bureaucracy.
Anneliese Marie Frank. Otto Frank.
Anne! Hannah, wait for me. Is this her? She's adorable.
Her name's Gabby. I'm still not used to having a sister. She keeps me busy all the time. You mustn't spoil her, Hannah. No one likes a spoiled child. I'm not sure if I care for your outfit, Lucy. If you don't mind me saying so.
Mother makes me wear it. She said we should show some allegiance, whatever that means. Papa's been out of work for so long. Mother said Hitler would make jobs here the same way he did in Germany.
Lucy! What are you doing? Get away from those girls!
Not to worry, Mr. Kleinman. We'll beat the Nazis at their own game. Paperwork. Because Pectacon is registered as a Jewish business, it's necessary to create an entirely new company, and with your permission, Jan, I'd like to call it Gies and Company.
Whatever I can do to help. But you must be careful, Mr. Frank. The bureaucrats are silent collaborators.
You'll be listed as supervisory director with no responsibilities. Mr. Kugler will take over day-to-day operations along with Mr. Kleinman. It'll be a purely Aryan enterprise, all strictly legal. On paper, I won't exist.
Is there something wrong with us? The Jews?
No. No, you must never think that.
You must have done something awful.
I was a little girl like you in Vienna when the war came, and there wasn't enough food to eat. One day, my mother bundled me up, and she took me to the train station. She put me on a train to Holland. She hung a sign around my neck, and she said goodbye.
Did she love you anymore?
Yes, she did. That's why she did it. There was food here, and families willing to share it. I didn't know that at the time. I felt so sick and so alone. But when I got a little older, I realized good people sometimes find themselves in trouble without having done anything wrong.
Do you think I'm a good person?
Yes, I do. Only one.
We'll get another one later when times are better. This one's yours. Prove that someone's finally going to make an honest Dutch woman out of you.
I'm already honest.
Miss Sandrushitz.
Oh, I do. I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
True, isn't it?
Two left feet.
Gone.
You dance divinely, Maeve.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
You too, Jan.
She leads, I just follow.
May I see your ring again, please, Maeve? I want one just like it when I get married. And a husband like Jan, too.
You'll find him. I did.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Curly, just one more time.
Sit down, please, Putty. You only make a fool of yourself.
Surely you wouldn't refuse a lady's invitation, Mr. Frank.
Well, I'm afraid that at the moment you have a rival, Mrs. Van Pels. Hands out.
Charmed, sir.
The name of the man who discovered the basic laws of geometry was Pythagoras. Write it down, please.
Pythagoras.
Yes?
I'm afraid that however interesting your lesson might be, I can't see it.
Ah. Well, will you change places with Miss...
Frank.
Change, please. The square on the hypotenuse.
I like your eyes, Jackie. They're the first thing I noticed about you. People say my hair is my most attractive feature. Do you think they're right? Yes, of course. You know, we live on Maveda Plain. It's not far away. You can come to my house if you want. We can do our homework together. I'd like that very much. So would I. We're going to be famous friends, I can tell. At the Montessori school, I was very popular. I cried when Mrs. Cooper's told us we couldn't go there anymore. At my school, there were these awful boys. They started calling us Jew girls. We were so scared we ran away. I don't know. Maybe it's better this way. Think about it. If it hadn't been for the Germans, we never would have met. This is Moji. She's going to have kittens soon. Because she keeps meeting lots of men. Mommy, would it be all right if Shaki stayed over one night?
If she wants to.
Wait, I have a better idea. I'll come over to your house. We can talk about things they don't want us to.
See something really magical? Mother designed that. The best people used to wear dresses. She stopped making them when the war started. She thinks they're out of place.
After the war, I'm only going to wear the finest of clothes. Miss Anne Frank was radiant at the Princess Ball last night, wearing a beautiful gown of gold lace. Youp de Hall. You've read it 3 times. I love Sissy van Matsveld. She's my favourite writer.
Didn't you love the part when Leo proposes to Youp?
Here, I'll be Youp and you be Leo. Hold my hand.
Youp, you're crying.
Let go of my hand, Leo.
What if I told you that you were my one true darling?
Oh, Leo.
Kiss me, Youp.
Jackie, if I tell you a secret, will you promise not to tell anyone?
I promise.
I've never been kissed by a boy before. Have you? What was it like, kissing?
It was... You'll find out.
I want to be a real woman with a woman's body. I'd love to know what one feels like. May I?
No.
But we're best friends, aren't we?
Of course we are. We'll always be best friends.
If one of us ever has to go away, let's promise to exchange letters.
Promised.
We measure the circumference of the circle with the formula 2 pi r. Write it down, please. Quite the chatterbox, aren't you, Miss Frank? Well, perhaps you'd like to share your wisdom with us? A little essay, perhaps, entitled, Quack, 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 went Mrs. Quackenbush. Say 500 words. Due tomorrow.
Oh, these blackout drapes make everything so stuffy. I feel as if I'm suffocating sometimes.
It's all in your head.
You know that isn't true. I'm a very delicate creature, Mr. Frank. Very delicate.
I tell you, the Germans will lose this war.
And I keep asking you when.
We must be thankful for what blessings we have.
Blessings, Otto, really.
Our families are still together. That's enough.
Attention, everyone. Quack, 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 said Mrs. Quackenbush. A story by Anne Frank.
Go ahead, Anne. We're all listening.
Once upon a time, there was a mother duck and 3 beautiful ducklings who lived in a lake ruled by a proud swan. Quack, 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 said Mrs. Quackenbush to her brood. Quack, 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 said the ducklings. Keep your voices down, roared the swan, his feathers all in a ruffle. Be quiet, or I'll bite you, and then you'll never quack again. This swan was not a nice swan. He was a black swan, and all the other ducks in the lake were afraid of him. But not Mrs. Quackenbush. You won't bite these children, she said to the swan, who answered, I'll do exactly what I please. They're only ugly little ducklings, and I am their master. And then he began to bite the ducklings. Save us, Mama! The poor little ducklings cried. And then Mrs. Quackenbush began to quack. She quacked, and she quacked, and she quacked. Stop it! Stop that infernal quacking, cried the swan, putting his wings over his ears. But Mrs. Quackenbush did not stop. Not until the black swan flew away, never to return. She gathered her ducklings around her, and together they swam off happily ever after, singing quack, quack, quack.
Right up here. I've been thinking it might be a good idea to take over the building behind us. I'll show you what I have in mind. It's 2 rooms and the bathroom below, an attic upstairs. It's a perfect laboratory space, wouldn't you say? A place for Mr. Van Pels and me to cook up our little experiments. What do you say?
Yep. Why not? Business is good. The war. We can afford to expand. Yep.
Next.
The Germans are feeling especially generous today. 4 stars for a single textile coupon.
Must we be branded now, too?
So it appears, and we must pay for the privilege.
Aren't you going to miss school now it's almost over? I am. Especially history. I love history.
Such a long walk to the Lyceum. I miss having a bike.
Personally, I'm glad mine was stolen. At least the Germans didn't get it.
Oh, it's quackopus! Quack, quack, quack! Quack, quack, quack!
They can be so childish sometimes. Look! Isn't it darling? I asked Daddy to buy it for me for my 13th birthday. It's going to be the best ever, the most smashing. Sorry.
Oh, you're Anne Frank. You go to school with my cousin Wilma. I'm Hello. Hello, Silberberg.
Oh, hello. Hello. This is my best friend, Jackie. How do you do?
Perhaps you'd allow me to buy you hot chocolate?
I love chocolate. Chocolate? Is her name really Hello?
Helmut. But my grandfather doesn't like it, so he calls me Hello instead.
Don't your parents think it's funny?
I don't know. I haven't seen them in 4 years.
You came all by yourself? It must have been so dangerous. I've never had an adventure like that before. I suppose Oma did. She never talked about it much. She died last winter. She had cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I never got to tell her how much I loved her.
I'd like very much to see you again, if that will be all right.
You don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Well, there's Ursula, of course. She's very pretty,
No, really.
but not as interesting as you are. We can meet on Wednesday evenings. My grandparents think I go to wood carving lessons, but actually I go to Zionist meetings. I'm not a fanatic or anything. You know, mostly everyone just yells. I'd much rather be with you.
Well, here I am.
I can call for you then?
That would be nice.
Until Wednesday then.
Bye.
Bye.
Weiter, weiter, weiter!
Come in, Lee. Sit down. You've no doubt read how the Germans have emptied the provinces of Jews and sent them all here to Amsterdam. Our own Jewish council urges cooperation. There's talk of mass deportations, labor camps. You remember those poor boys they rounded up last February? They were sent to labor camps, not one came back. Miep, I have a great secret to confide in you. Edith, the children, and I are going into hiding. Mr. Van Pels and his family will join us. We're not going to wait for the Nazis to drag us away. We'll simply disappear.
Where will you go?
Here,
I don't understand.
in the annex at the back of this building. We make the move on the 16th of July.
That's less than a month away.
Kleiman and Kugler have been helping to move in certain belongings and supplies, a little at a time. We'll need someone to rely on for necessities, to act as caretaker. You know how much I trust you here in the office, but what I'm asking of you now is...
Yes, I'll do it, of course.
Think, Miep. It'll be a great burden, not without risk. The penalties are bound to be severe.
I said yes. I meant it.
Thank you, Miep.
Anne and Margot, do they know?
No, not yet. Let them enjoy their lives for a little while longer.
Pim, thank you, Pim. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pim. Oh, I love you, darling. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
She's just excited.
I'm sure.
Quite a glamour girl, wouldn't you say? The soles are almost like real leather. You're so lucky. No. Pam? Who's that boy? Oh, that's Peter Van Pels. He's always hammering something out in the garden behind us. He's a dope. Mommy says I have to be nice to him because his father works with Pim. I think he's cute. Cute? Peter, would you like a biscuit? Anne baked them herself.
Great. I'd love one, thank you.
Come in.
Thank you.
I'll get Anne.
Hello.
Oh. Good afternoon, everyone.
Take your seats. Everyone. The show is about to begin.
Oh, those are for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I know what you're thinking, but I'm not in love with anybody. We're just friends.
My grandparents don't approve of my seeing you. They say you're not old enough.
Well, you shouldn't do anything your grandparents don't approve of.
Love always finds a way.
I'll see you later then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
very nice and decent. It's easy to see he's in love with you.
Yes, it's rather fun. How old were you when you got your period?
Anne, little girls shouldn't talk of such things.
I'm tired of being a little girl. I want to be a woman.
Well, it's different for every girl. Woman. Your turn will come. You just have to be patient.
For how long?
Frank,
Yes?
sign here.
Don't answer the door until I get back. Do you understand?
Why? What's the matter?
Your father's gotten a summons. Don't worry, he's made plans. I'll get back as quickly as I can. Anne has to be told. Break it to her as gently as you can. And remember, keep absolutely still. They're to think no one's home.
I understand. Anne.
Come in, sit down.
What's happening? They've come for Margot. We always thought they would come for Otto or me. Never the children.
Where's Otto?
Visiting some friends at the Jewish hospital.
Planned for the 16th, but this changes everything. Otto will know what to do.
Daddy, I thought I'd never see you again.
Oh, be silly, Anne. What's happened? Anne, listen to me. I want you and Margot to pack a rucksack. There won't be any time tomorrow.
Daddy, what's going on?
I'll explain everything later. Now go. Call Mr. Kleiman. He has instructions. Fetch Miep and Jan. Have them come around and see you're off the streets by curfew.
These pictures are important.
And I know it's hard. You have to try and be sensible.
I don't care. My stars mean everything to me.
Jackie's on the phone.
Jackie?
Yes. And remember,
Hello, Jackie?
Anne, you won't believe it. Youp's got a baby now. Did you ever think she'd become a mother?
Who?
Yoop de Hall. Haven't you seen the new Sissy Van Maxwell book? I'm almost halfway through.
It sounds divine.
Come over tomorrow and we can read it together. You can be Yoop and I'll be Leo, just like the last time.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
I can't wait to show you the cover. It's so darling.
I have to go now. Our guests are here. Goodbye, Jackie.
Yes.
Mi Pignon.
Go through here.
Go on now. Finish packing your clothes.
Can?
Mr. Frank, here, let me. Now, help Mr. Frank.
This will put people off the track. If anyone inquires, tell them that we've gone to Switzerland. Oh, post this to my mother in Basel. She'll understand. You know what to do. Tomorrow.
How long will we be in hiding?
A few weeks. Perhaps a month or two. Until the war's over.
Where will we go? Will it be in town? The country?
You'll know tomorrow. We'll all be together, that's the main thing.
Will I be able to write to Jackie?
She must never know.
Moji? Can I take Moji with me?
I'm sorry. We'll leave some food and a note for the neighbors.
It isn't fair.
No. No.
Don't worry, we'll see you soon. Hurry, Margot, before it gets late. Bye.
Please. Back inside, everyone.
Everything will be fine. You'll see.
Leave it. Leave everything. We can't live in the past, Edith. Only the future. Anne, quickly, please.